How's it going, guys? So, for those of you who haven't heard, this rematch that's taking place in Finland between Robert Helenius and Dereck Chisora is going to be an eliminator for the WBC heavyweight title, meaning the winner of this fight is going to be the mandatory challenger for Deontay Wilder. You know, the WBC have been heavily criticised by myself and others for their bias towards Deontay Wilder, for how much they appear to be protecting him, and for them allowing him to have, several optional defences without having to face a mandatory. And I guess they were running out of excuses, as was Deontay Wilder. And this means that the first mandatory challenge that Deontay Wilder is going to have to face could potentially be one of these guys. Now, I think this is fucking ridiculous. Any of you that have been following Robert Helenius' career would know that the guy's basically a cripple at this stage. I mean, he has had several injuries which could have easily ended his career. I mean, after the first Chisora fight, he suffered a torn shoulder, which left him out of the ring for a year. He required surgery and everything, so obviously that took its toll on him. And when he came back, there was a notable decline in Robert Helenius' power. He also suffered a broken hand in the Michael Sprott fight. In fact, I believe he actually suffered 2 broken hands in that fight as a result of Team Sauerland not wrapping his hands properly. There was a big lawsuit about the whole thing, and I've actually seen photos of Robert Helenius' hands after that fight, and they were badly broken. So, those injuries were perfectly legit. That had him out of the ring for 2 years. And since coming back, he's looked absolutely terrible. I mean, he got a gift decision in... Well, when I say a gift decision, it was a fight that, I guess you could claim that he won because he scored a knockdown, and I guess his work was a bit more clean, but I personally could have seen that Franz Rill fight go either way. I mean, I personally, when I watched it the first time, I had Franz Rill winning the fight by a couple of rounds. It was competitive, but it was in Robert Helenius' backyard, and he got the decision. But yeah, Franz Rill is just a borderline journeyman himself, man. The guy's not a legitimate heavyweight at all. Robert Helenius also got brutally knocked out in 6 rounds by Johan Duhaupas. Johan Duhaupas, of course, already lost to Wilder and was absolutely brutalised by Alexander Povetkin, so losing to him isn't a good look at this stage. And since then, Robert Helenius has just fought a couple of journeymen. He fought Gonzalo Omar Bazil. That guy was terrible. Didn't put up a fight at all. Just folded in the first round. I thought he was going to put up a fight, and he didn't. And Konstantin Eric, he just got knocked out in a round 2. But Konstantin Eric has been knocked out in the first round several times before, so I'm really not impressed by that. And Robert Helenius at this stage, he's crippled. Okay, he's done. He's not the puncher he was. He's not an athlete. He's in terrible shape. Has no stamina. He's a big, slow, clumsy, uncoordinated heavyweight. I would take any top 10 heavyweight to beat him at this stage. And as for Dereck Chisora, I'm just going to read you Dereck Chisora's record here. Now, I don't have it in front of me. I know the guy's record because I've looked at it. I looked at it earlier today. His record, I believe, is 26-7. 26-7. I don't know how many knockouts he's had, but come on, guys, 26-7. Please tell me why that's not a journeyman record. Okay, Dereck Chisora has the guy has lost 7 fights. In fact, I believe he lost his last 2 fights. Am I right? I mean, he lost to Kubrat Pulev and he lost to Dillian White. I know the Dillian White fight was controversial, but the Pulev fight, that wasn't controversial. Okay, he lost that fight convincingly, in my opinion. So, let's say Dereck Chisora pulls off the win against Helenius, which I expect him to, because like I said, Helenius is a fucking cripple. If let's say Chisora wins that fight, are we going to see Dereck Chisora as Deontay Wilder's mandatory title defense? Wow, my mind is blown, guys. I'm just thinking about that. Imagine that fight, man. Dereck Chisora at this stage going in the ring with Deontay Wilder. Guys, that'd be a fucking massacre. The WBC really have hit a new low with this. I don't know why Robert Helenius is ranked so highly by the WBC. It doesn't make... In fact, is he even ranked highly by the WBC? I haven't looked at their rankings in a while, but I don't remember him being in the top 10. I'll need to look at the rankings, but As for Chisora, like I said, the guy's coming off 2 losses, so why is Dereck Chisora getting this fight for an eliminator? Why are the WBC putting one of their trinkets on the line for this fight? It doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I think this is ridiculous. I don't know what's going on in regards to the Bermain Stavern situation, because I did hear that he was going to be fighting Wilder. But again, that doesn't make any sense either, because Bermain Stavern hasn't had a fight since 2015, and it was a fight that he had a lot of problems with against a journeyman in Derek Rossi. So yeah, and he also got knocked down in that fight. So I just think that the WBC, man, they're protecting Deontay Wilder. This is just another ploy from them to ensure that Deontay Wilder has an easier title defense, and if they do happen to force him to face a mandatory, it's just going to be the easiest mandatory possible. So he gets to beat Stavern again if that fight happens. Then gets to fight Dereck fucking Chisora, man. And I will say, if Dereck Chisora doesn't beat Helenius, I'll be surprised. Because Helenius, like I said, the guy just can't pull the trigger anymore. I mean, it's all well and good knocking out a couple of journeymen in the first round, but when you get knocked out by fucking Johan Duhaupas, you're not an elite fighter. You're not even close. So I am expecting Chisora to win that fight, unless he just comes in fat or something. So I know the fight's taking place in Finland, but that's not significant, because the Sauerlands are actually running the show. They've done a lot of business in Finland, and they actually promote Dereck Chisora. They don't promote Robert Helenius anymore. They used to promote him. However, they have real bad blood with Robert Helenius because of all the lawsuits they've been involved in. So clearly the Sauerlands, they do not want Robert Helenius to win this fight. Okay, they want Chisora to smash this guy for beating them in court, basically. So yeah, the Sauerlands, they're gonna make sure that Dereck Chisora wins this fight. Okay, don't expect Robert Helenius to get any favors this time. Okay. It's very much going to be favouring Dereck Chisora in the politics, even though it's in Finland. So yeah, just don't be fooled by the location of the fight. Okay, the Sauerlands have a heck of a lot more power than the people that are managing Helenius. I can assure you of that. So anyway, but yeah, I just want to point this out, that the WBC, once again, they never cease to amaze me how pathetic they are with their rankings, man. I mean, this is a terrible decision by the WBC. I'd like to hear somebody try and justify this. How can they justify doing this? Because Deontay Wilder, man, I mean, we want to see this guy tested. Okay, I don't want to sound as if I'm shitting on Wilder constantly, but I want to see the guy tested. Okay, he's supposed to be the heavyweight champion of the world. I mean, Anthony Joshua, who's our heavyweight champion, he's fighting Vladimir Klitschko next. And Deontay Wilder is just... He's able to just sit on the sidelines and watch and fight the easiest opposition possible before he gets that big payday against Joshua, who is, let me tell you right now, if things keep going the way they're going, Joshua is going to absolutely smash Wilder's face in when they fight. And it's been a long time coming. So yeah, whatever. Should I do a prediction for Helenius Chisora? I don't think I'll even bother. I don't think there's any point. It's a shit fight. It's happening too late. Okay, Robert Helenius had too many injuries. Dereck Chisora, too many losses. It's a fight that doesn't need to happen, in my opinion, because it's not significant. It's not significant for the division. I don't think either of these guys has a chance of being heavyweight champion. Helenius couldn't even beat Johan Duhaupas. Chisora couldn't beat Dillian Whyte, couldn't beat Kubrat Pulev. These are guys that have failed at the top level. I mean, Dillian Whyte was destroyed by Joshua. Kubrat Pulev was destroyed by Klitschko. So, yeah, neither of these guys, Helenius or Chisora, at this stage are worthy title challengers. Neither of them should be anywhere near a world title shot at this stage. So, yeah, I'm not happy about this as a boxing fan. I think that there are certainly much more worthy contenders out there to be fighting for a title than these two. I mean, what about Dillian Whyte? Why isn't Dillian Whyte getting an eliminator for the WBC? I mean, he beat Chisora. I know it was controversial, but he beat him officially. What about Kubrat Pulev? What about Marius Wack? What about all those guys? I mean, there are a lot of guys out there that are much better suited to be fighting for an eliminator than these two. I mean, these two really don't deserve it. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Let me know what you guys think. This is just ridiculous, in my opinion. Do you think Helenius has a chance? Do you think he can win the fight? I know Helenius has a sizable fan base in Finland that think he's still a commodity in the heavyweight division. I don't. I think he's done. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.